Hi guys, so we just finished up doing file handling. We're going to go ahead and dive right into a very small program, one file, but introduces you to so much goodness about dialog box information. All right, now I'll just say it out loud early. Every program language that you have will just be able to display a message box, usually 4 different default items. They're going to display information, they're going to display warnings, they're going to display errors, and they're going to display yes or no dialog boxes. Happens all the time. Also, these are built in, so you don't have to create them on the fly on your own. They are built into the languages, including Java, C#, and I believe Python. You can also do a custom. All right. Now, depending on the language, sometimes the custom is extensive. C# is kind of complicated with its custom. Java is pretty simple, and we're going to use javax.swing is the library, javax.swing, and we'll get into those libraries shortly. So the first thing we're going to do is just really quickly, we're going to get our setup going. 02. I think I named it dialog box intro. Go ahead and open up that folder. DDD, there's the intro, and I'll go ahead and go into that 02. And I'm going to do my shortcut here. You saw how I did the substitute drive. I'm going to go ahead and just do drive EFG for the heck of it. There we are. And there's nothing in here. So now I'm going to go ahead. Remember, we had programs open, online compiler. We can go ahead and take this and copy that as a template. Remember, there's our try catch. We won't be using a try catch in this particular case. So what I'm going to do is just refresh. Mr. Bud, you said we'd always use it in the template. Yes, you will when you get into less educational programs. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So we're going to say new text file. I'm going to name this message box demo.java. Going to be a lot of copying and pasting and some editing, so that means it's going to be very simple. Right click, open this in Notepad++, paste this in, back it up. Let's go ahead and name it message box demo. It's matching now the name of the file, so if you did run this as javac, it would be fine. And let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's import. I'm going to have you again put in your comment header up here, but for this demonstration, I'm going to have you import some new libraries, packages, or classes. Import. We're going to do one that we're familiar with, util.scanner. This will give us our pause option when we are displaying the dialog box and we pause. Let's go ahead and do an import. Now do javax. Don't just javax.swing, and we'll put JOptionPane. That's the thing, like a window pane. We're making windows, they call them a pane, I guess. I don't know. It's a pane, all right, isn't it? javax is the next one, swing, and let's go ahead and add one called ImageIcon. We're going to use this for our custom. If you weren't making a custom, you wouldn't need this. Okay, great. Now we're set up. We got our main, we got everything set up. Let's go ahead and open and close our scanner. We're going to say scanner. Let me make this big. Sorry. Scanner, my scanner equals new scanner. And as usual, we say system.in. Semicolon. Okay, now what we want to do is all the way down at the bottom here, we're going to close this guy out, my scanner dot close, so we don't ever forget. Always a good habit in this particular case. There we are. Okay, good. Now let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and just do some system outs here. So just some system out, print line, dialog box demo program, just something to communicate what we're doing. Let's go ahead and copy that and just do a nice dash underneath that matches it. There we are. And let's go ahead and do info dialog box first, the first one, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to do I'm going to go these one at a time, but you're going to copy and paste the first one and edit it. So this first one's the most typing you'll do. So type JOptionPane, capital J, capital O, dot show message dialog. And we'll say null. This is what we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things we're going to put here, 4 things that describe what we want going on in our little message box. The first one is the parent, calling parent or something. Just put that as null. That means just ignore this particular spot. Now we'll actually put in the text we want in our message box. So we'll say, this is an awesome info box. We're putting in something non-generic so we actually can pay attention to it when it appears. And then you put another comma. Notice these are separated by commas. It's going to have a hard time keeping in this large. Let me type it all out here. Let's just type in information stuff. There we are. How's that? If it's not grayed out, it's because I didn't put quotes. Now we do a comma, and now we're going to type JOptionPane again, and now we're going to tell it that this is an information underscore message. Those are all caps there, and what this does is put the correct icon on it, as I recall. Otherwise, it won't put the correct icon. Let's just go ahead and run what we got. It's there's the rest of it there. I'll go ahead and pause here so you can see it. This is an awesome info box, information stuff, JOptionPane information. I have an idea. Yeah, I just double checked that I can do this. So I can go multi-line with this command so you guys can see what's going on in one screen. So, and then once you hit that as your tab, it's much easier to do. And a lot of times the tradition is this, that way the parentheses don't play a part. And so we can actually see the 4 different things that are happening there. For the sake of getting this nice and big, I'm going to do it this way. You can do it in a single line. You can do it this way. There's also some information about, depending on the programming language, some languages require you to put something at the end here to say this is continuing on the next line. We don't have to do this apparently. This is the first time I'm trying this for the sake of my online class here. So let's go ahead and compile this. If I do dirb, there's my Java. Let me message box demo. And there's my little awesome info box. Information stuff. Let me see if I can move this. Oh, that's interesting. So this is an awesome info box. This is what's inside. Information stuff goes up here in the title bar. And then the JOptionPane information message changes the icon here to a circle with an eye. Now every programming language kind of has something similar to, I think, Microsoft standard, but we'll see the other ones here. So here's the good news. Let's go ahead and copy this for the other types of dialog boxes. I don't think we're going to need a pause here in this case. Let's find out. Let's find out by copying this guy and then going under here and putting that there like so. Let's live on the edge. Okay, I need to get my cursor all the way back so it's totally lined up there. Let's change the, instead of information message, let's change it to warning message. To warning message. And you know, that's really the only difference other than the text. So we can say warning box and information becomes warning stuff. And let's save that. Let's see what happens if we hit OK. Does it just go to the next dialog box? I have a suspicion that it might. Let's slide this back. I'm just going to arrow up and run it again. This is an awesome info box. This is an awesome warning box. There you go. Perfect. This simplifies what we're doing tonight, okay? Later at the end, I'll go ahead and put in that example pause in case you guys want to add that in. But you see what we're going to do now. Might be good to go ahead and include the text here so we don't have to read the code to find out everything. Let's do warning dialog. You know, dialog boxes, maybe it's supposed to be message box. Most languages use message box, not just dialog box, because you can use this built in almost anywhere here. So let's just keep that like that. I'll put some spaces here. Let's go ahead and copy the second one. Now I'm going to go over here to the numbers, like to the first number, and click and drag so I'm getting the entire line number. Let me do that again and get that one space after here. And then I'm going to put it on the line number I want to paste it on. And there we go. Now this next one is an error. So error. And yep, capital. Was it error or question? You know, this language, I think in Java, what they did was a question. It was a question, warning, custom, error. I think it's a question. Dadgummit. Yeah, it was error. Wow, JOptionPane error. And I questioned that because the teacher material was showing info, and that was totally wrong. So error box. Let's see what that's like. This will be cool. Did I shut anything down? I must have, dang it. Okay, restart that. Open in terminal. I think it was G drives, CMD2 cyan. Let me scroll in here and Java. Awesome. Watch the icon change. Warning box, there's the red X. Error, watch out. Okay, and it should exit. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and do the next one. We did the warning, info, warning, error, and now we'll do the question. I believe it's a question. There is a plain message one. Do we want to do that one? Maybe. Okay, let's do the question. This one's going to be just a little different because it's your yes, no question message. Let's see here. This is, let's say, are you sure? Questioning life choices. And we'll say, well, I didn't need to delete that, just this first part, question. And this changes the button. Control save. This is an awesome info box. Warning, error, are you sure? So yes, a lot of times here's where we put a yes, no right there. We'll come back to the question message. Let's go ahead and put, we'll create a variable for our custom message. Let's go ahead and do custom dialog. We'll go ahead and copy what we have here. Apologize. Copy that down here. We'll do this for custom message box. We'll say this is custom. Customized for TF2. For those of you that don't know, it's a TF2. TF2 is Team Fortress 2. Plain, been around forever. And we're going to add another variable here. This is the fifth one that happens here. We need our comma to separate it. And we do custom icon. There we are. Now this is a variable that we're actually going to define. Because it's the last one, we don't need a comma. So up here, what we're going to say is image icon, custom icon is our variable name. Guess what? We're making an object of it. So new image icon. Told you you'd see this a lot. And we do that normally with a semicolon, but now we're going to say, well, what's the icon? We're going to say tf2.png, and I'll put this either in Teams or actually in the assignment itself, this little PNG. Let's see here. Do I actually have it here copied to this folder? So I'm going to, this will be the folder. You'd have to have it in the same folder here. And notice this is plain message, so it should be a plain message box. Let's run that through. A lot of copying and pasting here. Awesome, info, warning, error. Are you sure, with the question mark, and then this is custom. Good. All right. Okay, so what we have here for the question message for the JOptionPane, it is just, or the message dialog, it's just an OK button. So what we're going to do now is change this to, go up here where it says message dialog and put confirm dialog and confirmation, and we'll go ahead and do are you sure, questioning life choices, JOptionPane, question message. But before that, that's the icon. We're going to put JOptionPane dot yes, capital yes, underscore no, underscore option, comma. That'll give us the correct buttons. Now, this is useless unless I can capture the yes or no button output. So this whole thing will return something. So we need to go ahead and assign this to a variable, and it's an actual an integer. It's going to return a 1 or a 0, I believe. So it's int and type response. So we're going to go ahead and get whatever button was pressed and capture it into the response. Now we'll type in some logic to find out what was actually put there. Now, what's interesting, instead of actually having to worry about 1 or 0, which normally that would be a normal thing to do, Java allows you to check the response. So check response. And it looks like this. So if response equals JOptionPane dot the yes option. Boy, this is a lot easier to read, I gotta tell you, instead of guessing what's what. Let's go ahead and put our curly brackets. If it's yes, then we're going to say, where's our system? Oh, we don't have one here. So we'll just say tab system dot out dot print line user clicked yes. There we go. And it's kind of an obvious thing to do an else if, but let's go ahead and do an else if. So this is the cousin of the else, so we'll do an else if, and it's exactly, in fact, you can just kind of copy this and then change the no part. So to cover that to the no option, else if it went to the no option, then we're going to say system out print no. This is interesting. So this is very interesting to me. And I'm missing my brackets after the else if. Let's put those in. Okay, there's our logic. Now this is powerful because, as you can see, rather than just a message, you know that if they click yes or no, now you can spin off down into another part of the program, method or class, and to do other cool stuff. But let's check this out and see what happens. Okay, so we'll go back and provide this variable. CLS, Java message box demo, information, warning, error, are you sure? Yes. User clicked yes, and then this is the custom. And it drops out. Let's go test our no. Awesome, error, are you sure? No, user clicked no. There you go. welcome to just the top edge of dialog boxes and capturing input from the user all from clicks instead of the console. Very powerful. Okay, there we go. I want you just to upload this and we'll get that rolling. Again, be sure to add in your custom header, update everything. And congratulations, you just got introduced to a little bit about javax with Swing and the JOption trick. And wow, this really opens up a lot of cool stuff. All right, we'll see you next time. This is a nice little quickie, and we'll talk to you later.